I did my makeup today. I'm wearing my new earrings. So, it's like, about 8 p.m. here. Sorry, I just ate garlic bread. I have no idea how to start this video. Cue intro. So, this story is more on the funny side, and I'm going to try to make this video a one part, so less than 50 seconds, or 50 seconds, less than 15 minutes, because the algorithm hates me. So let me just take these out. I don't need them. So, to start the story out, so I had this group of friends, and they were all in the same family. So, flashback, this family moved. Okay, then. This family moved to near we live, and we met them. And, their two daughters, we were really close to, me and my brother. We'll call one Lillian and one, let's say Alice or something like that. And Alice was the youngest in the family. And I had always, found her completely awesome, and I thought she was so cool. But she always liked hanging out with Lucifer. He liked hanging out with him more than me, and he was a lot older than me. Well, actually, just 2 years older. And I was, the type of kid who was, abnormally annoying. I was very pestering. I always wanted to see what everyone was doing, but then there was the oldest, who was, Lillian. So Lillian's the oldest, and Alice is the youngest. Did I say that right? Anyways, so Alice, they would hang out a whole bunch, and they would walk around the yard, and, at one point, when they were visiting for dinner, I think we had tacos that night, and they were wandering around outside in the dark. I think they were in the bed of our truck telling, ghost stories and stuff. And Lillian was always, so nice to me. She would always hang out with me when she saw that I was lonely. So, give a round of applause for, her, because then I would be completely alone. But at some point, we were sitting in there, and I would go inside to get, water or something. Lillian would follow me. And so, I would come back outside, and Alice and Lucifer would be completely gone. I'm like, okay, maybe they walked around the house because they got bored of waiting for me. So I would just look around a whole bunch, and a lot of times I would hear a lot of giggling and stuff, and then scrambling, running away, and I would catch glimpses of them, and I'd be chasing after them. And this went on for years. Not that exact scenario, but they would try to get themselves alone when I wasn't there. And Lillian, who would hang out with me a whole bunch, was absolutely just like I said, really nice to me, like my bestie, and I think like when I finally realized that they were ditching me because of how young I was and how like somewhat obnoxious I was. I mean, I can understand that. I was loud. I was obnoxious. Like, I take complete responsibility for that. Hold on, I want this to change colors. That's purple. I like that better. Yeah, that's better. That's white. So flash forward, like, several years after meeting them, like about 4 years, because we knew them for about 4 years, and then they moved, so, like, hours away. Oh, I just wiped that off. I'm sad. But then they moved away, and I got older, and I started to, like, slowly realize they were ditching me. They, and it was constant, too. Every time they would visit, it would happen. And then once again, Lillian was the one who hung out with me the most. But then Alice and Lucifer would run off together because they were besties, and we would always play like games like we would pretend to be warrior cats or mainly warrior cats, yeah, or like the Survivor series with the one with the dogs, but mainly warriors. And I think my name had to have been, I think it was like Shard Claw or something, and then my clan's name was Shatter Clan. Like, I really had an obsession with sharp things in glass at the time, even though now knives scare me for no apparent reason, because I've never had any trauma with knives or anything like that, but I have no idea what was going through my head. And at some point, like, and another thing was, they would always try and get me to be, like, of lower class, like, for all those out there who know what warrior cats is, like, you know, there's a kit, there's a warrior, there's medicine cat can be a warrior, but you know, and then there was the leader, whose name usually ended with Star. And they would always try and get me to be the medicine cat, and I had not been super bothered by that, but the fact was that I would always complain, like, but I want to be a warrior, and they're like, you can still be a warrior if you're a medicine cat, but we don't want you to be a warrior, we just want you to be the medicine cat. I'm like, but I want to be able to fight and do cool things. My characters were always really edgy, by the way. At some point, I think there was, like, Spider Web was my name at some point, and, eventually I decided that I just got so fed up with it. I'm like, I'm leaving your clan and I'm running away to start my own. They're like, wait, no, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do that because you guys are driving me insane. And then I did, and then I ended up being a super edgy cat who had trust issues and stuff, and I was really mean to people I didn't know. And then they stopped wanting to play with me after that. I think as I got older, games got more chill though, like whenever we play warrior cats and stuff like that. And then there was also something we would do. What was it? I know I'm missing something. But this video is almost already 10 minutes long, so it's probably going to be about 13 minutes if I can finish the story in time. But, so the first part was they were ditching me, and then the second was just me ranting about how we would play warrior cats and how edgy I was. We would draw a whole bunch, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so good at drawing. No offense or anything, Ted, if Lillian and Alice are watching this, but if you know who you are. their art really wasn't as amazing as I thought it was. It was just because I was really bad at it at that time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys can draw chibis, you can draw anime girls. And it's now looking back on them, I think I know why they were so like strained around me whenever playing Warrior Cats, is because like I was a furry at the time and I hadn't even known it. I mean, I'm openly one now. I'm not a super weird one. But when I was a kid, I was a super weird one. I just didn't realize. I didn't even know what those were. And at that time, they weren't even that popular yet. But I would draw a bunch of like animals and stuff, and like anthropomorphic animals. If you know what anthropomorphic means, you can like Google it or something. But and it kills me to think about now, because like I think they knew. I think they knew what I was getting at. And they knew that if they would give me too much power whenever we would like role play as cats or something, or dogs, that I would end up probably going a little too edgy and powerful with it. So they try to make me of lower class, but then they started getting a little upset when I would like run off and start my own clans. I mean, hello past me, you go you. Of course, like, if you want to be edgy, go for it. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. This one was more of like a rant about some friends I used to have. This has been William's Tall Tales, episode 2. So, hope you enjoyed.